Welcome to Vedanta Bhakti Pravachanam channel. In this channel, we are seeing Sai Satcharitra. Now, we have read up to 42 chapters. Let us see in chapter number 43 and 44 what writer has described about Baba. Chapter 43 and 44 continue the story of Baba's passing away and therefore they are taken together. Previous preparation. It is the general practice amongst the Hindus that when a man is about to die, some good religious scripture is read out to him with the object that his mind should be withdrawn from worldly things and fixed in matters spiritual, so that his future progress should be natural and easy. Everybody knows that when King Parikshit was cursed by the son of Brahmin Rishi and was about to die after a week, the great sage Shuka expounded to him the famous Bhagavat Puran in that week. This practice is followed even now, and Bhagavad Gita and other sacred books are read out to dying persons. Baba, being an incarnation of God, needed to such help, but just to set an example to the people, he followed this practice. When he knew that he was going to pass away soon, he ordered one Mr. Vajay to read Rama Vijaya to him. Mr. Vajay read the book once in a week. Then Baba asked him to read the same again day and night, and then he finished the second reading in 3 days. Thus 11 days passed. Then again he read for 3 days and was exhausted. So Baba let him go and kept himself quiet. He abided on himself and was waiting for the last moment. 2 or 3 days previous, Baba had stopped his morning peregrinations and begging rounds and sat in the masjid. He was conscious to the last and was advising the devotees not to lose heart. He let nobody know that exact time of his departure. Kaka Sahib Dikshit and Sriman Bhuti were dining daily with him in the masjid. That day, 15th October, after Arati, he asked them to go to their residence for dining. Still a few, Lakshmi Bai Shinde, Bhagoji Shinde, Bayaji, Lakshman Bala Shimpi, and Nana Sahib Nimorkar remained there. Shama was sitting down on the steps. After giving 9 rupees to Lakshmi Bai Shinde, Baba said that he did not feel well there and he should be taken to the Dagadi Stonewada Booty where he would be alright. While saying the last words, he landed on Bayaja's body and breath is lost. Bhagoji noticed that his breathing had stopped and immediately told this to Nana Sahib Nimorkar, who was sitting below. Nana Sahib Nimorkar brought some water and poured into Baba's mouth. It came out. Then he cried out loudly, "Oh Deva!" Baba seemed just to open his eyes and say, "Ah," in a low tone. But it soon became evident that Baba had left his body for good. The news of Baba's passing was spread like a wildfire in the village of Shirdi, and all people, men, women, children, ran to the masjid and began to mourn this loss in various ways. Some cried out loudly, some wallowed in the streets, and some fell down senseless. Tears ran down from the eyes of all, and everyone was smitten with sorrow. Some people started remembering the words of Sai Baba. Somebody said that Maharaj told his devotees that in time to come he would appear a lad of 8 years. These are the words of saint, and hence body should take doubt about them. Because in the Krishna avatar, Chakrapani performed this very deed. Krishna appeared before Devaki in the prison as a lad of 8 years who had bright complexion and who wielded weapons in his forearms. In that incarnation, Lord Krishna, lightened the burden of the earth. This incarnation, Sai Baba, was for the uplift of his devotees. Then where is the reason for doubt? The ways of the saints are really inscrutable. The contact of Sai Baba with the devotees is not only for one generation, but it is there for the last 72 generations. Generating such ties of love, it appears that Maharaj has gone for tour, and the devotees had a firm belief that he will return soon. The question arose, how to dispose of Baba's body? Some Mohammedans said that body should be interred in an open space and a tomb built over it. Even Kushal Chand and Amir Shakkar shared this opinion. But Ramachandra Patil, the village officer, said that the villagers with a firm and determined voice thought it is not acceptable to us. Baba's body should be now here placed except in the Vada. Thus People were divided on this point, and discussion regarding this point went for 36 hours. On Wednesday morning, Baba appeared to Lakshman Mama Joshi in his dream and drawing by his hands and said, "Up soon. Baba Sahib thinks that I am dead and so he won't come. You do the worship at the Kakada Arti." Lakshman Mama, the village astrologer and was the maternal uncle of Shama, he was an Orthodox Brahmin and daily first worshipped Baba in the morning and then all the village deities. He had full faith in Baba. After the wedding, he came with all the puja materials and not minding the protests of the Maulvis, did the puja and Kakada Arti with all due formalities and went away. Then at noon, Bapu Sahib Jo came with all others and went through the noon Arati ceremony as usual. After paying due respect to Baba's word, the people decided to place his body in the Vada and started digging the central portion there. In the evening of Tuesday, the sub-inspector came from Rata and others from the other places turned up and they all agreed to the proposal. Next morning, Amir Bhai came from Bombay and the Mamaltadar from Kopargam. The people seemed divided in their opinion. Some insisted on interring his body in the open field. The Mamaltadar therefore took a general plebiscite and found that the proposal to use the Vada secured double the numbers of votes. He however wanted to refer the matter to the collector and Kaka Sahib Dixit got himself ready to go to Ahmednagar. In the meanwhile, by Baba's inspiration, there was a change in the opinion of the other people and all the people unanimously voted for the proposal. On Wednesday evening, Baba's body was taken in the procession and brought to the Vada and was interred there with due formalities in the Garbha. The central portion of river reserved for Muralidhar. In fact, Baba came, the Muralidhar and the Vada became a temple and a holy shrine where so many devotees went and are going now and find rest and peace. All the obsequies of Baba are duly performed by Bala Sahib Bhatte and Upasani, a great devotee of Baba. It may be noted that here that, as observed by Professor Narke, Baba's body did not get stiff, though it was exposed for 36 hours, and that all the limbs were elastic, and that his kafri could be taken out without being torn to pieces. Breaking of the brick. Some days before Baba's departure, there occurred an ominous sign for forbidding the event. There was in the masjid an old brick on which Baba rested his hand and sat. At night time, he leaned against it and had his asan. This went on for many years. One day during Baba's absence, a boy who was sweeping the floor took it up in his hand. Unfortunately, it slipped from thence, fell down, broken into two pieces. When Baba came to know about this, he bemoaned in its loss, crying, "It's not the brick, but my fate that has been broken into pieces. It was my lifelong companion. With it always meditated on the self. It was as dear to me as my life. It has left me today." Some may raise here a question. Should Baba express the sorrow for such an intimate thing was a break? To this, Hemad Pant replies that saint incarnate in this world with the express mission of saving the poor, helpless people, and when they embody themselves and mix and act with the people, they act like them. Outwardly, laugh, play and cry like other people, but inwardly they are wide awake to their duties and mission. 72 hours Samadhi. 32 years before this, 1886 AD, Baba made an attempt to cross the border line. On a Margashira Purnami day, Baba suffered from a severe attack of asthma. To get rid of it, Baba decided to take his prana high up and go into Samadhi. He said to Bhagat Mahalsapati, "My body for 3 days, if I return, it will be all right. I do not bury my body in the open land and fix 2 flags there as a mark." Saying this, Baba fell down at about 10 p.m. His breathing was stopped and as well as his pulse. It seemed as if his prana left the body. All the people, including the villagers, came there and wanted to hold an inquest and bury the body in the place pointed by Baba. But Mahalsapati prevented this. With Baba's body on his lap, he sat full 3 days guarding it. After 3 days passed, Baba showed signs of life. 3 a.m. His breathing commenced. The abdomen began to move. His eyes opened and stretching his limbs. Baba returned to conscious again. From this and other accounts, let the later consider whether Sai Baba was the 3.5 cubits body that he occupied for some years, in that he left thereafter, or he was the self inside. The body composed of the 5 elements in the perishable and transient, but the self within is thing, absolute reality, which is immortal and transient, the pure being consciousness or Brahma, the ruler and controller of the senses and mind in the things I. This pervades all things in the universe, and there is no space without it. For fulfilling his mission, he assumed the body, and after it is fulfilled, he threw away the body and assumed his intimate, infinite aspect. Sai ever lives as also the previous incarnation of God Datta, Sri Narasimha Saraswati and of Ganagapur. He is passing away only the outward aspect, but really pervades all animate and inanimate things and their inner control and ruler. This can be and is even now experienced by many who surrender themselves completely to him and worship him with wholehearted devotion. Though it is not possible for us to see Sai Baba from now, still if we go to Shirdi, we shall find his beautiful life like portrait adorning the masjid. This has been drawing Samharao Jaikar, a famous artist and well-known devotee of Baba, to an imaginative and devout spectator. This portrait can give even today the satisfaction of taking Baba's darshana. Though Baba has no body now, he lives there and everywhere and will affect the welfare of the devotees even now, as he was doing before when he was embodied. Saints like Sai Baba never die. Though they look like men, they are in reality God himself. Bapu Sahib Jog Sannyasa. Himad Pant closes chapter with the account of Jog Sannyasa. Sakaram Haribhav alias Bapu Sahib Jog was the uncle of the famous Varkari Vishnu Baba Jog of Pune. After his retirement from government service in 1909 AD, he came and lived in Shirdi with his wife. He had no issue. Both husband and wife loved Baba and spent all their time in worshipping and serving Baba. After Megha's death, Babu Sahib daily did the Arati ceremony in the masjid and served it till Baba Mahasamadhi. He was also entrusted with the work of reading the explaining Jnaneswari and Eknath Bhagavat in Sateswada to the audience. After serving for many years, Jog asked Baba, "Have served you so long, my mind is not yet calm and composed. How is that my contact with saints has to improve me? When will you bless me?" Hearing this Bhakta's prayer, Baba replied, "Due time, your bad actions will be destroyed, your merits and demerits will be reduced to ashes, and I shall consider you blessed when you will be renounce all attachments, conquer jest and palate, and getting rid of all impediments, serve God wholeheartedly, and resort the begging bowl." After some time, Baba's words come true. His wife predeceased him, and as he had no other attachment, he became free and accepted sannyasa before his death and realized the goal of his life. The kind of merciful Sai Baba said many a time the following sweet word in the masjid: "Who loves me most always see me. The whole world is desolate to him without me. He tells no stories but mine. He ceaselessly meditates upon me and always chants my name. I feel indebted to him who surrenders himself completely to me and ever remembers me. I shall repay his debt by giving him salvation. I am dependent on him who thinks the hungers after me and who does not eat anything without first offering it to me. He who thus comes to me becomes one with me, just as a river gets to the sea and becomes merged with it. So, leaving out pride and egoism, and with no trace of them, you should surrender yourself to me, who am seated in the heart." Who is this me? Sai Baba explained many times this me is. He said, "Need to go far or anywhere in search for me. Bearing your name and form, there exists in you, as well in all beings, a sense of being, consciousness of existence, that is myself. Knowing this, you see me inside yourself, as well as in all beings. If you practice this, you will realize all pervasiveness and thus attain oneness with me." Hemadpan therefore makes a bow to the readers and requests them humbly and lovingly that they should love and respect all gods, saints and devotees. Has not Baba often said, "Who carps and cravels and others pierce me in the heart and injures me, but he that suffers and endures pleases me most." Baba thus pervades all beings and creatures and besets them on all sides. He likes nothing but love to all beings. Such nectar, pure auspicious, Ambrosia always flowed from Baba's lips. He therefore concludes, those who lovingly sing Baba's fame and those who hear the same with devotion both become one with Sai. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be